this.
This is what we have to go through. We have to get the dogs in one stable spot before we can even start filming. Oh, nice. Good throw.
So today, obviously, oh my God, Diesel, you're nuts. We wanted to kind of do a,
come here.
What?
Just come sit down, it's okay. Yeah, guys, you're just gonna have to bear with us. The pups are gonna be in this
you're
video.
a ding dong. I wanted to do kind of a one take today, so that way, since it's my only day home for, it's only 5 or 6 days, maybe a week. I kind of wanted to do a one take, so that's why I flew home, was to relax. And I just thought this would be the best way to do it. But I think, okay, so last month for the Patreon, we did a podcast, or I did a podcast, kind of going over how it is for me when I'm on tour, being away from home, being away from Allie. But because she wasn't there, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for Allie to kind of...
me to lay down the law and tell you all the dirty stuff.
How she feels and what she kind of goes through when we're traveling the world and stuff. I don't really know.
It's very like long-ended answer, I feel like, because there's so many different things. But when Char's on tour, personally, I think it's good for the both of us in some ways. Like, because I think
everyone, no matter what, every couple needs a little time away.
Yeah,
I heard
and
you
especially
say, from each other.
Besides, like, the fact that, you know, we work together and we work together every single day, like, those moments when he is gone.
Sometimes I want to kill her.
Yeah, those moments when he is gone are actually kind of really good for us, because it gives us time to, you know, do our own thing and kind of appreciate the fact of being together all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think every relationship needs that kind of, that space, like she was saying, because we constantly see each other. And
I love that I'm supposed to be answering this, and y'all big mouth is just chiming in.
I like to talk.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm only kidding.
I like to talk.
You can always talk.
I can always talk.
That's one thing I do miss, I'm not gonna lie, when he's on tour, is the fact that his big mouth is always blabbing.
It's constantly blabbing. That's one thing.
I'm kidding. No, but when he's on tour, it's lonely. I would be lying if I said it wasn't lonely, because I don't have a very traditional job. I work from home, so if I'm not talking to the dogs, which you've seen very often in the vlogs, I'm not really talking to many people, because most of my other friends have typical 9-to-5 jobs, so they're not available. So it is a little lonely when he's gone. Yeah. But also when he's on tour, we develop a new balance of work. We have to learn how to communicate better and collaborate better, and when it comes to editing and filming and things like that, it's more difficult, which sounds weird. You wouldn't think that it would be more difficult when he's on tour.
Because usually I'm filming my end, she's filming her end, and my end usually is so much longer than Allie's sometimes, but then when Allie does a long one, so if I film like 12 or 15 minutes, so if I film 15 minutes and you film 15 minutes.
Well, it's typically way more than that.
Yeah, it's even more. So then she has to cut down 30
Mine
minutes.
and his, but it's more, it's not that. It's not about how much footage. It's just kind of the collaboration process, because, for instance, like this week has been a really interesting week for the both of us, in the sense of, the weather's been terrible. It's been terrible, and we haven't really had the opportunity.
I left rain to come to rain.
Yeah,
basically.
I haven't had, well, we both haven't had the opportunity to really do much besides sit in the house or sit on the bus, because it's been so bad, or go to the mall, or go get errands done, or something, just stupid things like that. So it does get hard when it comes to filming.
Well, outside of like work and filming, like what do you go through? Like,
oh, well, I was getting to them, my friend. And these are chapters in a book. We're only on chapter 2.
Oh my God, skip to chapter 10.
Well, so like that's the hard part too. One of the hard parts is obviously when he's gone, it's hard filming sometimes. It's kind of weird, and it's hard to intertwine it too, I think, is a funny thing. Like, one thing that I see that a lot of people say is like, you know, why don't you guys tell a story more? Well, the thing about our daily life is when we're together, we are telling a story. We're telling our daily story. But when we're apart, we're still telling our daily story, but it's from 2 different points of view.
Yeah.
Whereas usually when we're together, it's 1 point of view. So it is hard to intertwine it to where it's not completely strange and bizarre, where it works.
Right.
But I think more on the mental and the emotional side, it's hard when Charles is gone, because
she misses me.
I do miss him, but I think it's also, we go through a lot of struggles. I mean, like, if we get into a fight, it's hard to not, it's hard, like having a fight over the phone and then feeling that it's like cleaned up and fixed and done, because
you kind of have to put a pin on it until you come home.
Yeah, so it's hard. I mean, that's hard, but also too, their communication can be off in the sense of he's in a black hole.
I really am. He has the Warped Tour syndrome. You guys know that. And people don't realize that there's days where I'll only talk to Charles for an accumulation of maybe a minute. Yeah.
He can call me 3 times, but
a couple minutes.
But no, realistically, no, really, no.
I know, but I mean, not even
no.
better.
I'm serious. Like, there's been times where I've maybe talked to you a minute a day, and it will be him going, "Hey, I have bad reception. I'm calling to say I love you. Hope you're having a good day." And I'm like, "Love you too," and that's it.
Yeah.
That was like not even 10 seconds.
That was, I think, Toronto the most. I remember that one being very, very bad.
But do you know what I mean? Like, with the Wi-Fi and the reception, it gets really hard.
All those damn kids at Warped Tour taking all the cell reception.
But it makes it hard. But I think like the hardest part for me on Warped Tour is like,
just in tour. What about just in tour?
Tour in general. Yeah, I shouldn't say Warped Tour, but tour in general. I do miss him, but we have a really strong bond to where it's not like, I don't ever worry. I've never been a person that worries. I've never like had doubt or anything of that sorts, but I've had there's a lot of unexpected things that go on sometimes when your significant other is away. From the house to personal things, to deaths in the family or friends, to just having a really stressful day, and all you really want is like your partner to be there.
Yeah,
and so it gets really hard.
Part.
Like, and then I'm the type of person like I can shut down pretty quickly and be a little cold, or instead of like reacting in a normal way, which would be, hey, something bad happened today, I'm really sad, I'm having a hard time, I close off and I almost get a little cold.
Yeah. I mean, you get cold, I get stubborn.
Yeah, but if he was here, it's different. But when he's away, it's like I almost don't want to burden him, even though I know it wouldn't be a burden. So being on tour, it's hard because you don't always have that person there.
It's like travel. I mean, it's like,
hey, Mama, what you doing?
Mari's still been dealing with her stuff. It's just like traveling in general, I think. When you're away from somebody, I'm sure a lot of you guys either work, sometimes just working for hours at a time, being away
from your family, or
and you guys you can relate to that. Now just multiply that by a few hundred, and then that's kind of like how it is when you're gone for 30 or 60 days.
But you know, actually, I have a lot of friends that have husbands or wives in the military, and
it's even worse.
Yeah, it's way worse. And so there's a part of me that when you are on tour, I'm like, all right, Allie, like, stop being such a crybaby, because there's other people that have this type of situation to the extreme. So I can only imagine what it's like for them, but I would be lying if I said it wasn't hard, you know? And because I think when you come home, especially if you're in a relationship, I feel like one of the first things that someone may or may not say to you, but I would assume they would say, is like, how's your day, honey? How did it go?
Yeah.
You know, tell me what you did. And we don't always get that opportunity when he's on tour.
No. And another funny thing is, I noticed that when I'm gone, Allie gets into a huge clean mode, because typically when I'm home, I am a disaster. And I was home. Okay,
come here, buddy.
So for example, I've been home for like 15 or 20 minutes right now. And when I came in the house, it was completely clean. And it's not a mess.
No, actually, because I've been on you today.
Yeah.
Because he does. He throws his shit everywhere.
And I just destroy everything.
It drives me crazy. But, well, don't worry. We'll bleep that word out.
At this point, I don't even give a shit.
No, but I mean, like, tour is, I think it's such a wonderful thing, because I do love it, and I appreciate how much you love it, and I know it means the world to you, and that means a lot to me. Is it as hard for me as it probably is for someone who has kids and you know, a family at home? No, not at all, and I know that. So, and I'm a very independent person too.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing that that's different.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think that's what's so different about Charles and I too is, I think he feels bad if he doesn't talk to me all the time, but I'm very understanding of the fact that you're doing your job. Diesel, come here, bud. That you're doing, nuts. I know, he keeps running after weird things. I just don't want him to grab Rika. I'm very independent. Now. I know, he's such a goof. I'm a very independent person, and I understand that he needs his time away and vice versa, but tour is, it's just a weird thing. I think every tour it's been a different kind of emotion for me. Some tours I'm better than others.
Yeah, and it really kind of depends. Like with the Warped Tour, it's the toughest, I think, because of the fact that
it's so long.
It's long, and communication becomes kind of harder. And for me, I know I get snippier.
You like blew out hair out of your mouth or something.
I blew out hair out of my mouth?
I think you had like a cat hair, and it just goes
right there.
It goes, and I was like.
That's the other thing. It's all my clothes now at first. So I'm gonna
Sorry,
bring all this fur back to the house.
I sweep, mop, and vacuum every day. This is not a joke.
Yeah, it's okay. So
maybe
like,
not mop
honestly, I think Warped Tour is the worst because of the lack of the communication and sleep on my end. So I know I get snippy, and I know I would get like a little harder.
So do I.
So for us to be apart from each other, I start feeling really guilty because Allie's got all these extra responsibilities that I'm not actually able to help for. You know, take the vlog out of because the vlog is like the least important part in the aspect of tour because our relationship is number one. But I feel like I always feel bad because I feel like I leave so much for her, you know, like to take care of the bills, take care of the house, take care of the pups, take care of anything else. And I know it's not just that, but he helps out too, so nobody freak out. Charles does pull his weight, but it is different because every time he goes on tour, to make it a little bit easier on him, because it's also a job. And I think that I can forget that sometimes, that tour is not just a play place, it's a job. I wish it was a play place.
Yeah, but you're doing what you love, and you're playing music, and you're
it's definitely love-hate.
It's a job, and so I try and take on more of our together job along with everything else that I'm doing in regards to our home life, but also our career life, and I try and take on more of that while you're gone.
Yeah, because
so
it keeps stress off
it's
me.
not, yeah, and it's not him. I mean, I get,
you just do that because
sometimes
that's the type
it's
of
just,
person
yeah, it just sometimes I take on too much, and he knows that, and then I won't admit it, and then I kind of lose myself.
And then I get snippy, and then it turns into an argument.
But it's just
we're able to like fix those things. That's like coming back while talking in circles. That's one thing that I know we're really good at, is that at the end of the day, we're not angry. I mean, we're angry during the situation, which, like Allie was saying, it makes it hard because we're away from each other. But at the end of the day, we usually call each other. We're like, oh, I'm sorry. You know,
yeah, like what were you doing? I'm sorry, I was having a bad day. Yeah. I just was overwhelmed. And it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's like, it's easy to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to get overwhelmed because I think that when your significant other is in a different place and you know you're in another place, and it's hard to almost fully explain to each other like what you're going through,
right,
because you're not physically there to understand it.
So when I'm gone, what goes through your head?
What do you mean?
Like when I'm gone, like,
can you get them all to stop licking themselves on the bed, please?
Everyone. Hey,
go get them.
Everyone, let's stop. Let's
on
stop
my
this.
pillow. God, Marlene, that smirk, you turd. You are a turd, Mar. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, thanks for doing your thing on my pillow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to change that yet again.
They're lucky because when we're doing
this is gonna be a long one take.
Yeah, it's actually pretty impressive that we're
okay.
So when I'm gone,
like, what do you mean? What goes through my head?
What, like, with me being gone, how do you feel? Like, for example, like if you feel
a lot
sad,
of things, like
other than that.
Well, it's interesting. Somebody asked me that before, that has someone that's on tour, and asked if I was sad that you were leaving. And I don't think sad's the right word. No. Like, I don't think sad's the right word. Like, I'm super happy that
you're relieved I'm out of your hair.
Well,
Get
no,
the hell out.
like I'm happy that you're going, but there's a loneliness that comes too. You know, like I feel a little alone.
Allie has a new language with the dogs by the time I get home.
Yeah.
Like, she has like this like new way of like speaking.
Yeah. But I'm super happy. Like, I'm never sad when you leave. It's never like I never look at it like you're not coming home, or I'm never freaked out or scared. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's an interesting thing to ask, because I can't tell you one exact singular emotion that I'm feeling, because I feel a lot of different things. But I know sad's not one of them, because I know that I'll talk to you and I'll see you, and
right.
Like, it's not the end, you know.
I think the worst for me is like when I leave, like like going on the plane, I turn back and look at you like 40 times.
I know you do.
It's like one of those.
Yourself.
It's like, yeah, it's like one of those. Do I have to go? Do I have to go? Like tomorrow, it's gonna be the same thing.
But I'll see you the
in
following
like 3
day.
days.
No, like the day after.
Yeah, so I go to Jacksonville
I'll
and
see
then
you in
literally
Orlando. Yeah.
Literally, so we
So
gone for like 2 days.
it's just one of those things. Like I've always been a very independent person, and I appreciate when you're following your dreams and like you're doing what you love, and I'm very like understanding of that. So I don't let my emotions get too involved in a negative way.
Right. And that's why she's pretty cool. She's cool and she's pretty hot, so.
Yeah!
Not only do I have a hot wife, but she's pretty cool.
You're
I'm stuck.
You're so cute!
Compliments.
I love you.
I love you too. Mushy. Mushy, mushy. Yeah, no, I just kind of wanted to do this video because a lot of people asked me how I felt when I was gone, so I figured today would be a good opportunity to listen to Allie and have her
And I
side.
hope it made sense because I'm not sure if it did.
Yeah.
But anyways, we love you guys.
And we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah, so if you guys are brand new, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. See, we can't even cut that out. Subscribe button, hit the like button because we do like that as well, and share it with your friends because we want to bring some new CTFXers to this group, and we have some big things coming up soon. So
you know what's really funny? That's gonna turn off.